Frank Cownie, and welcome to this edition of City Spotlight. We're here at the Wells Fargo Arena, and we're going to talk to the Iowa Barnstormers president, Jeff Lamberti, and the new Barnstormers quarterback, J.J. Rederink. And let's find out what's going to happen this year with the Barnstormers. After that, we're going to take a look at the Echo Corps program and take a look at the building at 420 Watson Powell. Stick with us. We're going to have fun. Visit Des Moines, we have it all.
Reducing, reusing, and recycling your household goods is an important contribution to our impact on our environment. So I encourage each of you to pitch in the blue bin and recycle more.
Hey Ace, can Bill recycle this? That's right, only glass jars and bottles can go into the recycling bin. The other glass is just trash. I'm pitching in.
Hey Serge, can Bill still recycle this? Fill up your blue bin and help keep service costs down. I'm pitching in.
Hey Cubby Bear, I got aluminum cans, soft drinks, and beverages. Can I recycle these? Let's all recycle, especially aluminum cans. I'm pitching in.
Thanks for pitching in, guys. By recycling your household materials like plastics, paper, metals, and glass, you make our community cleaner, you increase the life of our landfill, and you generate cash. Thanks for pitching in.
I was a football player and rugby player through high school. I decided not to go on and play college sports. I wanted a competitive edge. Looked in the phone book and found the sport of judo. I competed in judo for 7 years, and after doing judo, the competition had left, so I wanted a new competitive sport. So I looked in the phone book and found the sport of Muay Thai. During the day, I work in a pretty stressful banking environment. Coming to the gym after a hard day at the office is a really big relief. My name's Chris, and I geek Muay Thai.
Welcome back. I'm here with Iowa Barnstormers president, Jeff Lamberti. Jeff, welcome to City Spotlight.
Good to be with you.
Let's talk a little bit about the Iowa Barnstormers and you jumping back in and bringing arena football back to Des Moines.
Well, you know, we did this in 2008 for the 2008 season, brought the team back, and I got to tell you, when we did it, it was kind of a leap of faith. You know, were the fans ready for arena football to come back to Des Moines? I thought they were, but you never know until you open the doors and say, hey, we're back, and will the fans support us? And fortunately, since 2008 until today, the fans have been here. They've supported arena football, and now we're getting ready to kick off a new season. We're very excited about it, and we do need the fans to support us. That's what this is all about.
Well, we're leading up to the season. It's going to start right here in March. Your first game is when?
March 17th is the home opener. We actually start on the road March 12th, but our home opener is here in Wells Fargo Arena March 17th. So we want people to put that on their calendar and come out and let's kick off the new season.
Talk to us a little bit about as you moved into it, and here you are decided, you know, with yourself and your group, we're going to do this thing. And what was the leap of faith that you had to make to do that and to bring the investors together and the team together to actually bring the Barnstormers back to Des Moines?
Yeah, well, fortunately, we started with a bunch of local owners who are committed to this community, and they all thought it was a good idea. They thought this community was ready to have arena football back. So that's really where it started. A bunch of local guys who just had faith in the community, but it was
probably like the game too, huh?
They did, and of course we looked at the success in the Kurt Warner years. You know, when the fans would fill Vets Auditorium, so we knew there was a base of arena football fans here. We just didn't know if they were going to come back. And you know, when we brought the team back in 2008, we promised them we would do everything we could to move the Iowa Barnstormers back to the top level of arena football, and now we are there, which means it's a little tougher. I mean, we're playing against some big cities with tough competition, and we're back to where Des Moines is, the smallest city in Arena Football League, which makes it a little tougher. But it's also a great challenge, I think, both for our fans, for our players, our coaches, to say, yeah, we're Des Moines, but guess what? We're going back to the top of the arena football standings.
Let's talk a little bit about some of those larger cities and what the advantage is either to play for a Pittsburgh or a Philadelphia or a New Orleans as opposed to a Des Moines, because there may be some advantage to come to Des Moines.
Yeah, and actually, and that's what we tell players, there are real advantages. Sure, it's one thing to go play in Philadelphia or Chicago, these big cities, and there's a lot of appeal. But you also kind of get lost a little bit as a player because they have lots of professional teams. You come to Des Moines, this is the only sport where we're at the highest level in that sport. And our fans know our players, treat them like professional players, and they get a lot of attention. And so we kind of tell the players, you come here, you're going to be a star. People are going to know you when you walk down the street. And so there are advantages to playing in Des Moines. Plus, we are known around arena football as having some of the best fans in the league. It's a hard place to come play. They're ringing the cowbells, which we've become known for since the early days. And so that's the atmosphere we want to create. We want our fans to come out and say, maybe Des Moines has a little bit of a chip on our shoulder because we're a small market in this league. But let's use that to our advantage. Let's create a hard place to play. Let's support the team. And let the players know that we really appreciate them being here. And that does give us some advantages.
Well, and probably it doesn't hurt us too much when you can show them a Forbes magazine and have them say it's the best place to have a business, raise a family, and for a young professional to have a job. So, we always wished years ago that we'd be in the top 20, and now they name us number one. I mean, that's something. Hopefully, you can tell those guys, say, hey, this is a place to be.
Well, and a lot of these guys are going to be looking for careers after they get done playing football, and we want to help them with that. And so those are good statistics that we can say, hey, this is a place that if you're looking for a career after football's done, we'll help you. There's jobs here. There's a good quality of life here. And we do find once we get them here, a lot of them have never been to Des Moines, and they start looking around going, you know what, there's a lot more to Des Moines than I ever knew. And we do have success keeping them here.
Talk to us a little bit about the players, because before we started, you said there's a draft. You don't have anybody more than 1 year contract. How does that work?
Yeah.
How do you get players, and how do you distribute them in a very short period of time? And here you're going to start in March, and you're just getting going.
Actually, it's our coaches doing a lot of work in the off season. All players in arena football are free agents every year, so that means you can't automatically re-sign them to multiple years. You have to go each year and re-sign the players that you want from previous years, and then you have to go out to colleges, to pro camps, watch lots of film, talk to lots of potential players to try to identify ones that would be good arena football players. And it just takes a lot of work on the part of coaches to identify those players and put that team together. And so year to year, when you're talking about keeping good players or attracting players from other cities, other teams, it really does become part of what's it like to play in Des Moines, what's it like to live in Des Moines, what kind of fan support do you have. So it's really interesting when you're a part of the sport and everybody's a free agent every year. You basically start from scratch every year, and you have to put your team together. And this is a different game than college or the NFL.
Talk to us a little bit about that. I mean, you see a college football, or maybe somebody that hasn't quite made it in the professional ranks, and he comes over here. How is it making the transition from outdoor football to the arena game?
Probably the biggest thing is speed. This is such a fast game. It's faster than any outdoor football. Things happen very quickly, and so whether you're a quarterback trying to adjust to making your reads and decisions, in a couple seconds as opposed to maybe 3 to 4 seconds outdoors, and quite frankly, you got walls, and it may seem like that's not a big deal at first, but if you're a receiver trying to catch a ball running full speed hitting for a wall, there's some adjustment. You don't have walls outdoors, and so the overall speed of the game, I think, is the thing that is the biggest adjustment that the players have to make from outdoor football. It's just things happen quickly, and that's at all positions. And so, quite honestly, you can be very good in college, you may not be good in arena football. What you find is coaches who have been in this league, like our new coach Mike Hohensee, who's been around a long time in arena football, they learn the kind of players that will excel in arena football, and so that's where they go out and try to find it. But it can be a big adjustment, and when we come into camp, we're only in training camp for a couple weeks. So we have guys that haven't ever set foot on an arena field trying to learn our game in a very short period of time, and so we really do rely on our coaches to identify the athletes they think can play this game.
Talk to us real quickly, what do our fans have in store for them this year? You've got 9 home games. Who are they going to see? What kind of competition? And how do you think our team's going to stack up?
Well, the thing that we really focused on from last year to this year is we weren't very good on the field last year, and we want a good product on the field. We want to compete for a championship. We want to bring a championship to Des Moines. And so we spent a lot of time in the offseason making sure we had the pieces in place, and that was really starting with our head coach and our coaching staff. Arena football is extremely competitive. Week to week, anybody can beat anybody. And so you have to be prepared, and the competition is always going to be tough. What the fans are going to see, I think, is a competitive team on the field that we're going to compete for the playoffs and a championship, which makes it exciting for them. You know, in arena football, there's seldom a blowout. It almost always comes down to the last minute or two, and they're very, very close and competitive. I think the thing our fans also understand, and for people who've not been to a game, arena football is one of the funnest spectator sports in America. If you can't have fun at an arena football game, you probably can't have fun at anything. It's very inexpensive. You know, our single game tickets start at $15. We're trying to be very family friendly, and our fans range from 8 to 80. It's a unique sport where we can appeal to men, to women, young, older people. And if you haven't been to a game, we just tell our fans, come give us a try, because I know you're going to enjoy it. It is that much fun. There's always something going on. You never sit around waiting for something to happen in arena football. If you go up to get a Coke, you know, we probably scored 3 touchdowns in the time you've been gone. Yeah. So come and give us a chance, give us a try, add to the 9,000 or 10,000 that come, because it is that much fun.
Jeff, let's talk a little bit about tickets. How do people get tickets? How do they get information on the Barnstormers? Is there a phone number, a website, something?
Yeah.
How's the best way?
The best way is either to call, which is 633-BALL, which is 633-2255. We've got people here that'll handle and help you with tickets, either for a single game or season tickets. And we're kicking off soon, so we hope those phones ring. Or they can just get on our website, which is theiowabarnstormers.com. And it's got all the information on season tickets, how you get single game tickets, and like I said, we want people to turn out and let's fill this arena for the Barnstormers.
Now, how many people are going to be on the team?
We'll cut our roster down from 35 that we bring into training camp down to 24. Okay. So that's what our roster is throughout the season, is 24.
How can some of our viewers and businesses around help out? These guys are professionals most of the time, and they're out there. They've got to come to practice. They've got to watch a lot of film. They've got to, I mean, it's a professional sport, but in the meantime, occasionally it's a good opportunity for them to get a job in Des Moines, and maybe for a local business to get a real start to work over at their place.
Yeah, that's right. And this is one of the things that's really important about how we compete with the bigger cities. This is arena football, it's not the NFL, and so the pay is for the players is arena level, not NFL level. And often they are looking for part-time jobs during the season, hopefully with the idea that maybe it'll turn into something longer term. But by supporting them in the community, by helping them get part-time jobs, that makes Des Moines an attractive place. So if there's employers out there looking for some high-quality individuals that will work hard for your business, give us a call at the office, and we'll get you paired up with some of our players. These are good quality individuals, and they'll work hard even though they have lots of challenges with being a professional athlete. The ones that are looking for part-time jobs, we've had nothing but great reports from the employers that have given them a chance.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and great talking to you. Let's wish the best for the Barnstormers, and let's take a break. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk to the new quarterback for the Barnstormers. All right, welcome back. With me now is our new quarterback for the Iowa Barnstormers, J.J. Rattering. J.J., talk to us a little bit about your history in football. Where'd you go to school, and how'd you get excited about playing arena football?
I went to school at the University of Wyoming. Had a nice career up there, and afterwards I did not get drafted by the NFL, and so I kind of thought that I'd go into the workforce, and I got a full-time job, and it took about a month of that, and I said, boy, I'm really missing football. So made some calls. I actually went to some open tryouts for some teams and kind of got into the arena football system. And my dad and I talked about it at the beginning of the process, and he said, well, why don't you give it, 2-3 years and, see where it lands you. And we're going into year 7, so I'm definitely getting some enjoyment out of it, and it's been just a great experience.
Talk to us a little bit about, we talked to Jeff earlier, there's a kind of a difference between playing arena football and playing college football or outdoor football. Talk to us a little bit about that from a player's perspective.
There's the obvious differences as far as the field and not having to deal with inclement weather and things of that nature. Obviously you're half the size as far as length and width. So there's some adjustments that need to be made there. Personally, from a quarterback's perspective, your mind has to think maybe even a little bit quicker than the outdoor game, but the throws are different. It's all about timing, and sometimes you have to throw the ball a lot earlier. So even though your mind has to think quicker, your body has to slow down or stay at the same speed. So once you make that adjustment, the game actually comes naturally to you, and as quick as it is, you can slow it down at least for yourself. And then I think outside of the football aspect of it, one of the things about the Arena Football League, which is pretty special, is the interaction that you get with the community. You'll go to some places where I think you're a lot more approachable. In the NFL, you have guys, if they're out seen in public, I think people are a little apprehensive to go up and maybe talk to them because they're put on maybe a different pedestal or stage. Where in the Arena Football Leagues, people feel very comfortable. They feel like whoever's out there playing could be their next door neighbor. And so they come up to you, they invite you to their homes, and I've been around, like I said, 7 years, and I've been asked to babysit kids and do all kinds of things. People are very accepting and very good about that whole aspect of it. So I think the interaction that you get with the community and the fans is a lot more special at this level.
Talk to us a little bit about the game itself. When you're out there on the field, it appears as though 90% of the plays are passing plays. Am I missing something here?
No, I think that percentage may even be a little bit low. I think most of them are passing plays. There are some runs. There's not a whole lot of room to run, but the game was set up and is very conducive to throw the ball often, and so that's really kind of the whole idea of it. But I think as even the time that I've been in the league, I've noticed that the running game has kind of evolved, and coaches have come up with different schemes and different plays that are beneficial for them. But for the most part, it is a quarterback stream because you get to drop back and throw, like you said, at least 90% of the time.
A little bit about your career here, 7 years in the league. How many different teams have you played with? Is it kind of frustrating not to keep sticking with the same system, the same coaches, the same support every year?
It's nice to have that cohesiveness and be familiar with your surroundings. That was one of the main draws for me to come to Iowa. I'd been playing in the Quad Cities when it was AF2, and so I played against them multiple times, and every time I came over here, it was just a great experience. It was really kind of the way we all felt the game should be as far as the atmosphere and the fan interaction and the support that they got. So it was always a big draw to come play in Des Moines. And then when Coach Hohensee got the position here as head coach, and I had played for him in 2010 in Chicago, all the pieces were really starting to fall into place for me to finally get an opportunity to come here. And knowing his offense, knowing how he approaches the game and his organization, really was put me at a strong comfort level. And then there's some players that I've got to know over the years here, and then some that I've actually played with before. So yeah, it's tough because you're always on a one-year contract and you're moving around to different places, but when you can kind of start a comfort level somewhere and start that cohesiveness, it sure does help.
Talk to us a little bit about actually being on the field and playing in Des Moines, because you've seen from both sides. Now you're going to play for the Barnstormers, and before you came here as a competitor competing against them. How was it as coming in from out of town? Is it a tough place to play?
I can't wait to have all these fans on my side for the first time. It's, like I said, it's a fantastic atmosphere, whether you're with the Barnstormers or playing as an opponent, but I would think it's that much more enjoyable when they're supporting you and rooting for you. There's definitely some fans that I'll recognize, and it'll be nice to, hopefully they'll be giving me as strong as encouragement as they were the other side of things years ago. So this really is what I feel the game should be. The fans are into it, they're fairly educated about the game, and they just make the atmosphere so much fun for everyone. And when you've got 10,000 going for you than against you, I think it's that much more exciting.
Well, JJ, thank you so much for coming to Des Moines, and wish you best of luck for this season. We'll be right back. We're going to take a break, and we're going to start with our green segment. JJ, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Visit Des Moines. We have it all.
Reducing, reusing, and recycling your household goods is an important contribution to our impact on our environment. So I encourage each of you to pitch in the blue bin and recycle more.
Hey Ace, can Bill recycle this? That's right, only glass jars and bottles can go into the recycling bin. The other glass is just trash. I'm pitching in.
Hey Serge, can Bill still recycle this? Fill up your blue bin and help keep service costs down. I'm pitching in.
Hey Cubby Bear, I got aluminum cans, soft drinks, and beverages. Can I recycle these? Let's all recycle, especially aluminum cans. I'm pitching in.
Thanks for pitching in, guys. By recycling your household materials like plastics, paper, metals, and glass, you make our community cleaner, you increase the life of our landfill, and you generate cash. Thanks for pitching in.
EcoCore is a concept that downtowns were built inherently more sustainable than living out in the country. Our densities are higher, we have a lot more mixed uses, so we wanted to take advantage of that inherent advantage and by promoting downtown as the sustainable place to be, to work, live, and play. So with that, we decided, well, what are we going to do just besides market it? We had to do something to help people get more sustainable and inch along in that sustainability chain. So we started Project 101, EcoCore Project 101, where in partnership with the City of Des Moines, we selected 5 buildings that were owned and operated by owners that wanted to do something about their competitive space buildings to make them more sustainability and hopefully more marketable. What we know is that a sustainable building is more healthy, their energy costs go down, and occupancy costs go down, so hopefully occupancy goes up. And we have a lot of vacant space in downtown, about 1.5 million square foot of vacant office space. So this is a way to start taking some of these older buildings in the marketplace and giving them a roadmap to get them more healthy, more sustainable, more green, and then again, pile onto that advantage of being more economically sustainable or more environmentally sustainable, I should say. So with Project 101, this particular project is one that is a home run right out of the gate. Got a new tenant coming in, new mechanical systems, new roof. The tenant is a great technology company and Alliance Technologies, and I understand that there's already interest in the second floor of this building. So taking this building for a 100-year-old building and getting it ready for its next 100 years with new mechanicals and the new sustainable technology, we're going to be able to take a building that was 100% vacant for the last couple of years and get it at over 50% occupied, and hopefully before this project's done, 100% occupied. And that's what we really want to help our building owners do. We put out an expression of interest to all building owners in the central business district core. So by their interest, we asked them if they were not only interested, but if they were given this roadmap, would they be inclined to take and invest back in their building. Take this as an opportunity to invest with other partners, Mid-American Energy, the City of Des Moines, and themselves, and invest in their property and get and help themselves make their buildings and properties more marketable and hence more valuable for the entire community.
We're standing here today at 420 Watson Powell, a approximately 100-year-old office building that Knapp Properties has been leasing for the past 5 years with not a lot of success. It's been a weak office market in downtown Des Moines recently. When we decided to apply this building for the EcoCore project, we didn't really have any specific tenants in mind for our improvements. The drive for us was really knowing that when we did find a tenant, we would be needing to do a complete upgrade of our heating and cooling system and a lot of our plumbing fixtures. So we knew that going forward we'd need to be prepared and poised to make those improvements. We hear a lot from tenants who are looking to reduce occupancy costs. A big part of that is not just their rent, but their utility costs, their water, electric, and gas usage. So what we wanted to do to make this building more attractive was see if we could take some input and some good ideas from the EcoCore process and integrate them into our improvements going forward. That was a process that started a few months ago, and luckily since then we now are poised to occupy the ground level and a portion of the basement level with a great downtown tenant, Alliance Technologies, who was looking in the suburbs, looking at other downtown spaces, liked what they saw in this building and liked the benefits that the utility upgrades and the energy upgrades that we can bring to this building will mean for their bottom line going forward. So what we have now is a building that was just a couple months ago didn't have a lot of glimmer of hope. We didn't know where our next tenant was going to come from. We have a deal with Alliance Technology, thanks also to some partnering that Alliance did with the City of Des Moines. And now all of a sudden in the marketplace, with this building gaining some momentum because of the new systems we're going to put into it, because of a great anchor tenant, we're now getting interest in our second floor, which is exactly the kind of momentum we were hoping EcoCore could do for us. So there's a great benefit to be had in taking that new knowledge that Sebesta is bringing to us as a property owner, incorporating those ideas along with our mechanical contractors, and getting a building that for us long term is more marketable, and for our tenants ultimately saves them money.
Energy efficiency and sustainability is very important for technology firms like Alliance Technologies. We do a lot for our customers to save energy and make them more sustainable. Unlike Knapp Properties, we don't do it through the building that they're located in, but we do it through the computer equipment that they utilize to run their businesses. We have a data center that we're locating our customers in, and we use quite a bit of power in that data center, but we're very focused on reducing the amount of power that each company will use. This is done through a number of different technologies, including virtualizing both servers and desktops for our customers. And in virtualizing, you're not only reducing the cost for the company of replacing their equipment, but you're also reducing the power utilization that all of that equipment's going to use for the customer, therefore creating cost savings and making that customer run their operations in a more efficient manner and to be more green. And so since our customers are focused on it, we're helping our customers be focused on going green. It's great to be in an office location here in downtown Des Moines that will help us with that sustainability.
That wraps up this edition of City Spotlight. I hope you'll take the time to watch the replays of our show at the times and dates as shown on your screen. Until next time, I'm Mayor Frank Cownie, and this is City Spotlight.